When I worked for someone, this once I went to this event and I smelled all the luxury LV, Rolex, all this branding stuff. I was just wearing ordinary stuff and I felt small. When you look at all these global CEOs that I've known for the last 20 plus years, including myself, I realized one thing that is significant. If I don't have a team, I don't have a company. So KG channel is designed for logistics CEOs just like you. And if you are struggling with getting stuck, feeling painful in managing your time, your leadership skills, and even public speaking skills, and if you want to leave a legacy, this channel is exactly designed for you. Because through this channel, we will share a lot of amazing tips and solutions that many other CEOs have already used through my mentorship and coaching journey. And if that's you, subscribe to the channel. I can't wait to see you there. Yes, many global CEOs are always lacking of time and they want to always achieve time and financial freedom. And in this program, through this channel, we're also going to discover how you can achieve that, because nothing is impossible. I think the number one thing is we're always struggling with balancing life and business, particularly balancing different roles. For me, I'm a mother and I also need to be a wife and be a CEO, leader. And that's one of the biggest challenges I'm facing. From my experience with my clients, the biggest challenge they are facing is being a leader. They always love their people and their team, but they don't know how to keep the team self-motivated and keep them going. And that's why they're always stuck as hands-on CEO rather than hands-free CEO. A company without a CEO who has vision is a company who's dying. It's just like what it says in the Bible, if you don't have vision, you perish. And that is so important nowadays. There's so many CEOs, they just focus on working. They completely forget where they're heading to. That's when I come on board and when KG comes on board, we help them to refine their purpose, rediscover their why, and refine their dreams and vision as well. My journey started when I was born as an illegal child, second child, when there's one child policy in China, and my survival based on their hidden networks. Plus, my family wasn't very wealthy at all. My parents had this domestic violence problem, and I never thought I was good enough. I never thought I was confident enough either. And the moment that shifted me was when I worked for someone. This once I went to this event and I smelled all the luxury LV, Rolex, all this branding stuff. I was just wearing ordinary stuff and I felt small. But that moment shifted me because in my mind there's a voice telling me, hey, who others think about who you are, it's not important. Who do you believe you are is way more important. In fact, who you are right now is not as important as who you believe you're going to become. And when that moment comes, I was so happy. I was like, wow, this is powerful. I believe I'm going to be so successful. I believe I will be amazing one day. And that's the game changer. When I stood up and I walked in front of all these luxury guys, expensive guys, I felt I'm the queen in the room. So my advice to the clients I'm coaching or any younger generations when I have conversations with them is always believe who you are. Don't let others decide who you are. And also remember who you are becoming is way more powerful than who you are right now. And that is my advice. As for linked to the KG channel and what I do to coach all the CEOs, you will be shocked that so many of them, in fact, every one of them has fear, has doubt, and including myself, we outwardly can appear to be very confident, seems like we're perfect, but no one is perfect. And one of the most important thing I would give you advice to all the CEOs as well is be real to yourself and be kind to yourself, and don't try to be perfect, because no one will and no one is. In fact, I'm a believer, only Jesus is perfect. There's a famous saying, if you want to work faster, you work alone. But if you want to work further, you work together. And when you look at all these global CEOs that I've known for the last 20 plus years, including myself, I realized one thing that is significant. If I don't have a team, I don't have a company. A company is not just one person, one-man bank. And also, I realized that small, medium-sized company CEOs, that they sometimes can be really small thinking. I'm not judging them, but it's normal, because when you start small. If you really want to go bigger and you want to scale, you need to have a team with you. But if you want to have a team with you, if you don't learn how to lead your team, guide your team, and make them self-driven, you're going to burn yourself out. That's exactly what happened to many global CEOs that I've seen in my life. They need my help, they need my support, because they don't know how to delight everybody, how to make them to be so motivated to do what they do. In fact, there are ways we can do it, and we are all humans. As long as you become so good at humanity, good at mastering the leadership, your team's gonna be okay without you. And in fact, you will save so much time, you become a hands-free CEO. That's what I should say. I'm so shocked when I step into outside logistics industry, because I realized, wow, the world is so much bigger than I thought. Then when I saw that, when I started talking to people in the logistics industry, it took me so much time and energy to make them believe that the sky is your limit. With a limited belief system, it's a disaster or it's a tumor. Because if you don't believe you can achieve something, you will never even try to do something. And that is the biggest barrier, and that's stalking so many global CEOs. Once I remove their belief system, when I say remove it, when I light up their belief system, everything's shifted. They start to know, wow, I can do this. I give you one example. One of my coaching clients, he always think that he's just going to run a national business and always run the business within one country. Within less than 6 months, he's already had his European branch office. And recently, he started to open mind with so many new opportunities. And one of the opportunities even brought him almost around $1 million with just one thing. And he's so excited, he's passionate, he's, I'm dreaming again, because he didn't believe that existed. Now, I'm telling you, because anything is possible. Keep believing in yourself, and remember, there's no limit unless you set up the limit for yourself. For the coming 5 to 10 years, everybody is going to look for someone who's good at personal branding to help them, because it's no longer company brands anymore. It's all about personal branding. It's about storytelling. It's about how you can connect with your audience through your personal, unique stories. But this is still lacking. There's not many people or companies, they are paying much attention to this, or they cannot find someone who's done it so well to help them. But the good news is KG and what we have been doing is we helped already created 21 global authors and influencers who never believed that they could write books. And then their personal branding right now is going to the roof. It's amazing. People just knock their doors, invite them to the podcast and everything. And it is significant because you need someone who has done this to help you, which is why KG channel can bring so much success and help to those who need to become more influential in the future. And the last but not the least, if you wanted more business, if you wanted to attract more people, you have to let them know you first. If they don't even know you, how could they even talk about you or reach out to you? That's why personal branding is so significant. Talking about financial freedom, that's everyone's dream. But the problem is, it seems so hard to everyone to achieve it. The good news is, through my hard working on learning, self-growth, personal growth, I invested more than 100K, I think more than that, to learn and to participate in different programs and read the different books, and invest more than 100,000 hours as well in reading books, through this journey, then I realized there is a formula, there is a pattern that we can follow. But the question is, you need to have someone to be with you. Just like we all know we can have 6 packs, but why there's only a few people who can do it? It's because we need a community. We need someone, whether it's a coach or a mentor, next to you, encouraging you and be with you, holding you accountable. That's why KG channel and KG branding is there, because Kristy Guo coaching is about holding all the CEOs accountable and to deliver and to drive them to where they want to go. And when you say about what I think about the financial freedom and stuff, is it is doable and it is achievable, but you need to get to the right place, right community, and the right mentor who can make it happen really fast and easily for you. We are easy to get started something, but then we didn't finish it. Or we are easy to have dreams and thoughts, desire, and say, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, right? But want is different than you decide. Wanting means, I want this, but I can give it up. I don't want today, I can just not do it again. Decide is you have to make a decision. When you decide means you need to cut the things you don't do and then you do something that you're committed to do. That's number one thing I want to share. Secondly, why leaving legacy is so important is because if we are living a life without purpose, the life is not worth to live. You understand that? Which is why people all chase happiness. But let me tell you, if a life without purpose, it will never be a life with happiness, because only a life with purpose can give you so much more happiness. And the fascinating part is, I realized that it's never about you. It's never about me. It's always about someone else bigger than you. That's why purpose, leaving legacies, is never about ourselves. People say, oh, you just want a name. For what? I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna disappear from the planet one day. Everybody's gonna die physically. But it's really about what impact, what influence you have left behind, that even if you're gone, you're still alive in this world. You help these people for the next generations, for the people who are still remembering you for the things you taught them or you helped them. That's called legacies, which is why we have done so much in this area, like publishing books, writing books, we're sharing stories, and we do interviews. We want people to be remembered, not just about who they are, but what they have left behind that make a huge difference and for their amazing good impact to this world. Alright, if you talk to many global logistics CEOs, you'll be shocked that so many marriages were broken, and many of them in fact got divorced. And even though they're still connected with their children, there's something that's never be able to be mended. And it's really sad that they didn't understand the cost behind it is huge. I suffered a lot when my parents fought. They actually got divorced and then they came back together. But for me, it's a huge damage. This memories, trauma, is never going to be removed. Even now, I forgive them, but I never forgot about them. And many logistics CEOs didn't realize how much time they put into their work, because logistics is a very time and energy consuming industry. And they didn't realize that because of that, they sacrifice their relationship and marriage to what they do. In fact, it doesn't have to be like that. If they got someone hold them accountable, they always have a clear checklist about the balance. What should I do this? It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but if you're not intentionally taking care of your marriage or relationships, it's going to be broken anyway, because we are very fragile when it comes to relationships. It's all about the efforts, the willingness, the investment. So to conclude that, invest more in coaching, mentor, let someone hold you accountable so that you can save your marriage, because that's the whole life you save for yourself, for your family, and for your children. You will be shocked that there are 2 stories I want to share with you. One is our existing member. I'm not sharing the name because if I say, everybody knows. One day I called this guy. Usually he is very reactive, proactive, responsive. He just didn't come back to me, and we had a meeting scheduled. He didn't even turn up. I was like, what's going on? I started to keep calling, and there's no response until after about 12 hours, he finally left me a message and say, I'm so sorry, Kristy. I went to the hospital. I was so sick. I went to the emergency. Something went wrong. He worked too hard. And the other story is very similar. There's also one of my coaching clients. He had a one-on-one session with me online, and he didn't come up. He didn't even turn up, and he completely disappeared. I was so worried. And finally, after another 10 hours, he said, "I'm so sorry. I got bleeding nose when I woke up, and I was in the emergency room. I couldn't even check my phone at all. And it's really concerning." The reason why I'm sharing these stories with you is because our body is our temple. If we don't have a temple to maintain, we can't do anything else. If you don't have a good health, how can you create wealth? Your health is your wealth. And it's always underestimated when we are so focused on doing things, working, getting the result. Particularly for the CEOs, they're all high performers. They just want to get things done, just like me. I'm like that. But if your body is having the signal, you didn't ever give my chance for me to breathe or to rest, it's going to be so dangerous. Which is also why if you participate in the program of KG, we have very clear checklists about every area in your life, including your health. In fact, eating healthily, doing exercise, all those things, they make a huge difference. It sounds, oh my gosh, it's too much. Not really. If you pay attention to those small things, it's so easy. Just create a great habit. It will help you transform the whole life for your family. Because if you're not healthy, you're being selfish. Because you're not healthy, everybody needs to take care of you. Even though you say, I don't need anyone, but your family love you, they're going to take care of you anyway. So always take care of your health. There are so many global CEOs when they start this industry, they just started it and they actually want to come out, they want to exit because they don't even like what they do anymore. They just feel like they're just forced to do it. It's just their responsibility. They lose the joy, they lose the passion. And to participate in KG coaching program, we help CEOs to be more authentic and real to what they truly want. And also we can design great strategies for them to exit, whether they want to sell the company or they actually wanted to scale more to improve the company and let them dream again, even insert some new innovative ideas so that they don't lose the passion. Because if you're doing something for more than 10 years, the same thing, you're going to lose passion. And it's good to always repeat because repetition brings huge success. But in the meantime, innovation as well as you knowing where you're going, rather than usually people are thinking, okay, I'm just going to work until I'm 60 or 70 and then retire. But then what? Your life doesn't retire. And when you're getting older, you don't even have energy, passion to do what you want to do anymore. You don't need to retire. But in fact, if you get a right place, right accountable coach who guides you, you actually can enjoy every single day. Don't feel like you're working. In fact, you're feeling you are living a dream life that you enjoy every single bit of it. So don't stop dreaming, but also find someone who can hold you accountable.